It's a typical family breakfast scene. You may be doing something similar right now, but what makes life here so different is this. On a clear day, you can see as far as the Isle of Man, and the panoramic views burst with the beauty of North Wales. Newly arrived, young Evan Jones and his family are still settling in.
I'm not used to living on a big hill.
Not many people are used to living on big hills, I suppose, apart from sheep and goats.
Come by. Come by.
Evan's dad Dan was chosen by the National Trust to run Parc Farm, 865 acres of sheep grazing land jutting out into the Irish Sea. This is the Great Orme. Candidates came from America, Italy and across the UK, but it was Dan who succeeded in the search for a shepherd.
It's quite a rewarding job. You can, if you help nature a little bit, you can make a big difference. And a chance to help work with the National Trust and plant life to improve the wildlife species and the habitats on the Great Orme was a really good opportunity.
When the National Trust launched its search for a new tenant for Parc Farm and the Great Orme back in the spring, it sweetened the deal by saying the annual rent for the farm would be just £1. The reason was it wanted to reduce the financial burden on a new farmer so that he could concentrate on ensuring conservation would be right at the top of his list of priorities.
We're just getting them used to the surroundings and used to being worked with the dog and used to people, really. So once, hopefully, we can get them out onto the Great Orme.
And that's important, as more than 600,000 people visit here each year, and renting a £1 million farm for just a quid comes with a lot of attention. The new sheep have just been bought by Plant Life, the wild plant charity. It's involved because the Great Orme is home to some extremely rare species.
He can bring our sheep down here and graze this area carefully and controlled, and when it's just right, we can move on to another area and graze that.
The family come from Anglesey, not a million miles away, but coming to the Great Orme will change their lives.
I love the outdoors and the opportunity to kind of live with all this right on our doorstep is quite superb.
And for her husband, Dan, there's a lot of work ahead. One man and his dogs balancing farming and nature in a location that's rocky, rugged and windy, but also very spectacular. John Maguire, BBC News, North Wales.